not simply a room filled with modern equipment. It is a center of innovation, research, collaboration, entrepreneurship. It's a place where ideas can be transformed into solutions that improve lives and strengthen our economy. South Africa faces significant challenges, including youth unemployment and skills shortages. As TVET students, we are uniquely positioned to become part of the solution. Through facilities like this, we are empowered to become skilled artisans, technicians, entrepreneurs, innovators, and leaders who will contribute meaningfully to our country's growth and development. To my fellow students, I want to leave you with this message. Let us make full use of this opportunity. Let us enter this lab with curiosity, determination, and a willingness to learn. Let us not be intimidated by the technology, but be inspired by it. Congratulations to South Cape TVET College on this remarkable milestone. May this 4IR lab become a beacon of innovation, excellence, and hope for generations of students to come. I thank you.
Thank you very much, SG. Members, I'm now going to request Honorable Member Cameron Dagmore to introduce the Deputy Minister. Are you still angry?
Thank you very much, Program Director. It really is an honor and a privilege not just to be here, but also to be asked to introduce our Honorable Deputy Minister, Dr. Nomusa Dube-Ncube. I think other speakers and yourself have already welcomed, and I'm very tempted to say all protocol observed, because all I'm doing is introducing someone else, our Deputy Minister. But I want to thank Dr. Tablanche, the council members, the staff, the students, everyone that has got anything to do with the South Cape College, the Deputy Mayor that's here, and all the seaters, everyone else. Thank you for being here and making this such a special day. I'm not sure whether people know that our Deputy Minister was in fact the first female Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. And when we say that, we normally say, Malibongwe igama lamakosikazi, which for those who need a translation basically says, the name of the woman to be praised. And I'm sure the Deputy Minister will agree with me. What we say, amongst many other things, was raising young women and men who are basically grabbing this opportunity that they have to become something in their lives. Dr. Dube-Ncube was appointed as the Deputy Minister of Higher Education and Training by President Ramaphosa on the 22nd of July, 2025. She is actually a very seasoned leader of the African National Congress and has made a massive contribution over decades in her service in public administration, activism, academia, and someone who was born in KwaMashu, in eThekwini. She rose from grassroots activism and resistance politics to representing our country on the global stage, our ambassador to the Czech Republic. I'm not sure how many of you knew that our Deputy Minister is actually Deputy Minister Ambassador Dube-Ncube. So she's an ambassador and she's represented us. Her career spans a range of senior executive roles, including the MEC for Finance in the KZN provincial government, economic development, tourism and environmental affairs, and very significantly, our Deputy Minister was also the MEC for cooperative governance and traditional affairs, that is COGTA, with responsibility sustainability, in terms of supporting our local governments in KZN. She had deep expertise in local government, and she was instrumental in shaping South Africa's legislation and also advancing good governance, economic growth, and environmental sustainability. This is our Deputy Minister, we're not talking about anyone else. Deputy Minister, where are you? Unayo, a PhD, a doctorate in administration from the University of KZN. Complementing her leadership with strong academic grounding, she's passionate about social justice, committed to poverty alleviation and the empowerment of women and youth, and most importantly, also building a capable, and ethical, and a developmental state. Deputy Minister, this may be your first visit, but it's definitely not going to be your last. We need you here in this region, and we need your leadership, and we want to thank you for being here today, for your insights that you will share with us, and we welcome you, and we are honored by your presence. Thank you. You see, when she walks, I must stop speaking. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dagmo, for those kind words. Honorable Dagmo is also one of the executive in the Whipari in Parliament. I must acknowledge Mr. Madalane, the Program Director. I must also acknowledge the Executive Deputy Mayor of Mossel Bay, the Chairperson of Planning and Economic Development, Councillor Bayman. Acknowledge the DG of TVET branch, Mr. Zungu, and other senior managers and directors in the Department of Higher Education and Training, Chairperson of South Cape TVET College, as well as members of council, Ms. Siana, the council deputy of the college, Ms. Harris. I must also acknowledge the principal of South Cape TVET College, Dr. Telebranch, and the management of the college, the acting chief executive officer of ETDP SETA, Mr. Rampotle. I must also acknowledge the acting chief executive officer of Mersita, Mr. Naphtali, the acting chief executive officer of Energy and Water SETA, Mr. Vilagazi, executive manager of IDC, Ms. Molefe, the head of public sector of Nedbank, Ms. Seleho, the representatives of Intel and HP that are present here, that we appreciate as well for the contributions that they've made to the college. Members of the South Cape TVET College Executive Management, Deputy Principals and Campus Managers, the South Cape TVET College SRC, General, as well as all the members of the Student Representative Council, led by Ms. Ntombizake, all the academic staff and support staff, the students and the lecturers, industry partners and stakeholders, media and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I think it is already a good day. Molweni. It is indeed a proud moment that we stand here with you today at Mossel Bay campus to officially acknowledge the work that has been done in opening these facilities that will change the lives of our young people. The 4IR Center for Excellence, 3 new centers of specialization in electrical, boiler making, and automotive motor mechanics. This is really a life-changing for our young people of this province. These facilities are here and are for young people and are for our students of this province. This is not the first center we have opened this year as the department working with our SETAs. I always want to emphasize, Mr. Zungu and my CEOs of SETAs, that SETAs are the entities of the Department of Higher Education and Training, so that it is clear that the work that the SETAs are doing, it's part of the strategic work that the Minister, through his Vote 17, has articulated in Parliament and said, this is what we are going to be doing in this financial year. This is not the first center we have opened this year. We have already launched similar 4IR centers at East Midlands TVET College, at Flavius Marega TVET College, at Letaba TVET College, and today we are here at South Cape TVET College that joins the family of these 4IR centers that we have been building. And I know that there are still 15 more others that have been built. One by one, we are placing world-class training in the hands of our young South Africans in every province, in every corner of this country. And I'm so excited that we saw young people looking at themselves in these computer rooms, how they're developing, how they're going to be using artificial intelligence to make their work. This center made possible of millions of rands that have been contributed by the various SETAs and the Intel and HP. And I want to thank all these partners, because this is not just money that is spent on the machines. It is a vote of confidence in our young people, in our students, in this college, and in particular, in the people of this region. It says, we believe in you, we believe in future our young people, we believe in backing our communities of this province and this region. Industry needs skilled and sharp-minded young people and community members. So we are bringing industry to you, bringing robotics, automation, artificial intelligence, and smart manufacturing right here on this campus. 3 new centers of specialization opened with you today. In electrical, you will be trained on modern installation and renewable energy systems. In boiler making, you will be masters of fabrication, welding, and modern design tools. In automotive motor mechanics, you will learn to work on hybrid electric vehicles, the cars of the future, and particularly the vehicles of your own automotive sector will need to be serviced in the years ahead. And those skills are needed right now. And there are the skills that will empower you to be able to work, but also open your own businesses. To our students, I want you to hear us clearly as I convey this message, because I'm conveying this message on behalf of the whole of the Department of Education and Training, together with our SETAs and all our entities and the ministry led by our Minister Manamela. Coding, robotics, artificial intelligence are simply new languages. And just as no South African child should ever be shut from learning in isiXhosa, in Afrikaans, in isiZulu, in Sesotho, none of you will be shut out of learning in the future languages of 5IR. In fact, other countries are now in the 10th IR, and yet we are still talking 4IR. And that is how the world is changing every day. And these are the doors we are opening for you, particularly to those of you who never imagined facilities like this opening your own. Walk through these, learn here, grow here, and go out and succeed wherever your trade takes you. To our partners and to our funders, our industry partners, and Mossel Bay Municipality, today is the beginning, not the end. We need to stay with you. We need to work with you through workplace, not only as people that will be creating mentorship for these graduates, particularly those graduating these trades over the next years. A center without a path to employment is just a building. A center with that path is a bridge to a better life for our communities, for young people. This is across the country. We are working to make every college ready, relevant, and strong, that it becomes not the last resort for young people building a future. We wish to invite all of you to come to this college and establish your offices here inside this college. We would like to see you as industries in our lecture rooms of these colleges. We've seen in other countries how companies has established offices inside the colleges, how companies have been working with colleges, being able to order materials, being able to order research inside the colleges, so that there is that dynamic, there is that interaction between the industry and our colleges. Let me also talk about something important. Many people believe that government is not doing enough for our young people. We must take this very serious. But part of the problem is that we are not always telling our story very well, particularly when it comes to opportunities that exist far beyond South Africa's borders. Too many opportunities exist that too few young people might know about, might even be able to change lives in more than you've ever anticipated. This department will work harder to communicate clearly to so many young people, to many South Africans, so that nobody has opportunities that are available by the Department of Higher Education and Training. That is what you might not know, or you might know already. We have South African students that are studying with fully funded bursaries at constructor universities in Germany, through Funda Germany Scholarship that is funded by the Department of Higher Education and Training. We have other students that are funded by us that are studying in Netherlands through the NL Scholarship. We have students studying in Japan through JICA, Africa Business Education Initiative. We have students studying in China through our growing partnership. We have students studying in many countries around the world. And all these students and all these opportunities are open to students that are here also in Mossel Bay, just as much as these partnerships and these bursaries are open to any other student in any other cities around South Africa. There is more coming. Just this year, we had 196 young South Africans that were awarded and nominated for international scholarship to study in China, in Germany, in Hungary, in Japan, in Mauritius, in Russia, in Switzerland, in United Kingdom, that were selected among many other students. So we have a lot of scholarships that are available through the department. You can go to our website under International Scholarship. You can find information there to study for these scholarships that are fully funded by the department to further your education. The department will open the new round of scholarship calls for 2027 academic year between August this year and December, because the schools, as you might know, in other countries, they've just started now in August. So normally do the intakes between August and December, so that from January, we prepare all of those that would have got these bursaries, so that come July, May, June, they are able to depart to their various countries to be ready to start their academic year. So to every student in this hall, and those that are not in this hall, start preparing now. Watch the department's International Scholarship website, meet the requirements and apply. A learner from Mossel Bay has exactly the same chance as a learner from anywhere else in this country, but only if you put your best forward, if you work hard. Close to home, our SETAs and our state-owned entities offer real support too. Particularly, all our SETAs have invested a lot as well to fund the bursaries and learnerships every year. Our Sasol Foundation also funds skills training and lecture development support at colleges. These are not only once-off, but they happen every year and they are waiting for you to apply. A center like this cannot stand alone. It must connect directly to the economy around it. That is why we need strong, structured partnerships between our colleges and our economic development zones. The special economic zones driving industry and job in each region, particularly those zones closest to our TVET colleges. Every region is different. What works in Richards Bay will not look the same as what works in Mossel Bay. With its strength and its maritime industry, its energy, its agriculture, its automotive industry. So this partnership must be built on clear agreements, on curriculum, on workplace placement, and on job of our graduates. Where we have done this well, we would like to replicate, would like others to learn from other colleges that have done this in a way that will also advance our students. This is a model that we would like to see South Cape TVET College and Garden Route Economy must now build towards. In this new equipment, that we've seen here today. Every year, the world's best young artisans compete in the world skills. I was asking the principal whether they have entered the world skills. She told me, Mr. Zungu, that they had not entered the World Skills Championships, which has got trades just like the ones that are taught here: electrical, welding, fabrication, particularly automotive technologies, and areas where South Africa has real potential to compete at the levels our students need to be trained on equipment that matches the best in the world. That is exactly what the center now gives them. So this equipment is not a luxury, it is an essential. It means that a young electrician, a welder, a motor mechanic trained right here in Mossel Bay can stand a chance with the best in the world to compete with confidence. The world is changing very fast. If we want our students to lead in the world and not fall behind, we must keep investing in tools that make that possible. So today we are doing exactly that. Program Director and all of you here in this room, our industries, our partners, our entities, and all leaders, today matters very much for us as the department. 4IR Centers of Excellence, all these other facilities of specialization are a proof that South Cape TVET College and young people who study here have got a brighter future ahead of them. We are building the skills, that are needed by the economy, particularly on the southern coast. And we are doing it with confidence in this generation of students. And as we say, umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu, a person is a person through other people. This center exists because government, working with industry, working with our seaters, working with college, working with private partners, now working together to put these facilities to good use. I also want to acknowledge and thank Honorable Doug Moore, that the leadership like you, who is so close to his communities, who understands the needs of the communities, who is working hard to say, I have written to the Department of Public Works to say, this college needs land, this college needs this facility. We really appreciate that. And we want to commit here as a department that we will work with you where we need to upscale, where we need to make sure that those responses come back, because we understand that at your heart is the lives of the people that you are serving in this region. So to every student here, and particularly to those who will graduate from these new centers, believe in yourself, work hard, and trust that this department stands behind you, but protect this future too. I want to condemn bullying, gender-based violence, femicide, and gambling of the NSFAS money and the substance abuse. Each one that steals a future of the center that was built to give you a better future. We have a serious problem, Honorable Doug Moore, that our young people are gambling NSFAS money. And 45% of our young people have actually considered that they are gambling the NSFAS money. And this is very unfortunate, and this is very wrong for our young people. And what we want to say to those that are doing that, go to our Higher Health website. There is a self-help app there where you can take an assessment to check your vulnerability so that you can get early help before things get worse. Would like, in fact, to encourage any young people to take that self-help assessment from Higher Health, so that we avoid stress, we avoid any thing that will disturb your learning. So we want to say, guard your emotional intelligence. Make sure that you also support one another. I know that we have to honor these centers by declaring that these centers of specialization, these, boiler making, automotive, motor mechanics are officially opened, but there will not be centers where you are not utilizing them to your best. I've also encouraged many of you to say, while you are studying, during weekends, do other peace jobs. Practice by opening your small businesses, partner as friends, open your own companies so that you can, while you are even studying, you can have your own companies. You can get some mentors to work with you, because at the end of the day, TVET College is about creating jobs. It's about supporting the economy. It's about ensuring that we create jobs for our young people. That is why we are moving very fast. Mr. Zungu and his team, we're moving very fast into modernizing our curriculum of TVET colleges, so that you don't find a TVET college student that is unemployed, so that you don't find a young person who doesn't understand or who doesn't like to go to a TVET college. And that is what we would like to leave with you today, that even your siblings that are still coming up to grade 12, talk to them that their first choice of higher education should be TVET colleges, because from the morning you wake up, the bed that you slept at was made by somebody who went through TVET college. The food that you ate was made by somebody who went through TVET college. The clothes that you are wearing was made by somebody who went through TVET college. The tables, the trains, the cars that you drive are fixed by somebody who goes to TVET college. Almost everything is done by somebody who went through TVET college. So you can imagine that between choosing to go to universities where you go on the research-based higher education and go to the TVET college, which is artisan and as well as occupational-based training, you would like to choose the occupational-based training. And that is what, as the department, we are advocating. And we wish to thank all our lecturers, our principal for your leadership, and the council members for your leadership. Because without the leadership, all of this would not be possible. All this mobilizing of businesses, mobilizing cities, and mobilizing all the partners, without leadership, it will not be possible. And once more, we wish to thank you very much and wish you all the best in continuing with all other projects. We hope we will see you very soon, as you have already invited us in your next project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DM. Thanks for the message. May we now move on to the next speaker, who's going to thank us, the chairperson of one of the subcommittees of council of the college, Ms. Mzimjan.
Thank you, Program Director. Good afternoon to everyone who's here today. Let me first say I'd like to stand on the protocol that has already been established today. My job is very tiny today. It's very, very small. Is to thank everyone who's here and everyone who came to support this beautiful engagement. Our Deputy Minister, Umama Nomosa Dube-Ncube, we thank you for your presence today. And we began this morning with a shared vision, and through the inspiring words of our keynote address speaker, Umama Nomosa Dube-Ncube, we reflected that such things do not happen overnight. Such projects need extensive collaboration and working together. Thank you, Mama Ngokola, a department in the manner that you do, and leading us in this sector in the manner that you do. Siyabonga Lushozi, siyabonga Mama. I'd also like to thank our funding partners, MER CETA, EDTP CETA, the IDC, as well as HP and Intel Energy and Water CETA. Thank you for your absolutely immense financial investment, your strategic guidance, and your unwavering belief in the South Cape TVET College. By funding the 4IR Center of Excellence and these centers of specialization, you've not just given us or our students empowerment, you've also given us the tools to fight youth employment and build an inclusive economy in the Southern Cape and broader South Africa. Your contribution to the automotive, mechanic, and boiler electrification programs will bear fruits for generations and generations to come. To the Department of Higher Education and Training, thank you for your policy leadership and your consistent pushing of the TVET sector to innovate and transform into the needs of the changing world. I must pay a special tribute to our principal, Dr. Teblanche. I know your work is not easy, but each and every day together with your SMT, you try and make South Cape College for what it is today. We acknowledge you, sis. Thank you. To the academic staff and support staff of the South Cape TVET College, you are the engine in the South Cape TVET College. These facilities are now in your hands, and we know and trust that you will take care of them. Thank you in your advance, and thank you in your passion, energy, and expertise in pouring into our students and leading our students into becoming better people of tomorrow. To our students, the most important stakeholders of our institution, you are the very reason why we are all gathered here today. The speeches have been made, the ribbon has been cut, and the machinery is ready. The stage is yours. Work hard and protect these facilities, and use the opportunities given upon you to build extraordinary futures for yourselves. I'd like to also make reference to myself. I came here and served in the Southern Cape, I think in the year 2011, to pursue my qualification. I went to study at NMMU George campus, and I graduated there. I stand here before you to say that anything is possible when you put your mind through it. Never in a million years when I came to the Southern Cape, I thought that I would be standing here today as a council member of one of the most progressive TVET colleges in the country. So whatever that you put your mind into, it will manifest as long as you work hard and you pray and you know what you are here for. To all our CETAs, MER CETA, the ETDP CETA, the IDC, Energy and Water CETA, thank you for your pledge again and commitment to the funded expression of these programs. We fully thank you, and we do hope that we are going to be collaborating in the projects that are still coming. I'd also like to use this opportunity, Dr. Blanche, to lobby our seaters that we still have projects that are coming and we still need funding. So if you could, and please don't forget that South Cape is now your second home. And if I could, if Bengi Nkosi Alana was going to give each and every one of you land so that you remain here and not go back to other places. And yes, before I close or officially conclude this, you are warmly welcome to join us for lunch and networking lunch. And to everyone who's traveled near and far to celebrate this very special day with us, thank you for your time and your presence. Please do enjoy the lunch, and may God bless you and carry you back home. And with these words, I declare this launch officially done.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. South Cape TVET College is also inviting you to visit the 4IR Center and the Centers of Specializations, so that at least when you leave here, you say something good about TVET colleges, nothing bad about them. Thank you very much, members. You've been a very wonderful audience. God bless.